Bring your model to life with MCV products. Visit them on the World Wide Web at mcvproducts.net.
Hi guys, we're going to do a quick update on a couple projects I've got going on. I'm trying to sneak in between times when I have to take care of Mom. And she's being quiet right now, so I can do this. We start off with our from our GTO project, where we're trying to build have a model of every year GTO from 64 to 72, and we're just about completed. We got basically 2 more to do after this one. One of which we'll be doing for the Dazed and Confused group build, which we're also doing another one for here. Look, we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, we are doing the Revell 66 GTO, which is a super good kit. This was the particular, it's been reboxed a couple times. The best one as far as detailing, extra decals and whatnot, is the Revell muscle version. It has a really nice decal sheet, and it does come with red line tires if you decide that you want to go that direction. I'm not going that exact direction, but it's nice to have the set of red lines. They'll get used on something else probably right down the road. Anyway, I'm already starting to waffle. We stole the engine out of this kit for the 69 Firebird that we built a little while ago, so with the intention of using one of the Texas 3D prints engines in this one, which we have done. We have the 3-deuce set up. We have a Morgan Auto Details distributor. I really like those. Those are 3D printed. You can get the various. He sells them in the 4, 6, 8 cylinder. He sells EFI ones. He sells magnetos. He has a wide array of colors you can get your wiring done in, and they're not very expensive. They're like $5 a piece, so it's not a big deal. So we have that installed. Other than that, we're pretty much doing the stock, but not exactly stock. So since we're using that different transmission and whatnot, I had to make a new drive shaft, which is not a big deal. A little brass tubing takes care of that, and we're good there. I've got our exhaust installed. We're using the stock ride height for everything on it, but we are using different wheels. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure where these wheels came from. They're kind of a centerline wheel. These may have come from the 66 Malibu. I think that's where I'm thinking where they came from that flip nose kit, the 66 Malibu. So we're using these instead on here. And I went through my parts and found some nice tires for them. And this is going to give me, I'll get the other 2 on as well. There. That's going to give us a nice stance, a little bit of rake, but still sitting nice and low to the ground, which is kind of what I like. And looks pretty good to me. Okay, so we've got that. That part is basically ready to go, ready for final assembly. Decided to I'm going to do a tan leather interior type thing here. We will do the carpeting in black still. Probably, I'm thinking that. I just painted this with a cheap tan enamel. I don't remember what it's called. I picked it up at the dollar store or something. Khaki. Lost khaki is what they're calling it. So we're doing the interior in that. Now I'm going to go back and do, I've got some Vallejo leather and whatnot. We will do a wash to bring out all the lines and stuff in it. Same thing for the dash and in the front seats. So just having a nice decal sheet makes it nice, because we do have floor mats. We have our surrounds for the dashboard. We have the band for the dashboard that goes behind the chicken strap. There we have the door decals. Up here we have the gauge decals as a cluster, which gets glued to the clear piece from behind the dash. So you get your lenses that are done and your gauges are all done in one fell swoop. So yeah, that we'll probably use most everything. It gives you on all the other decals badges. It gives you two colors, depending on whether you're doing a light or a dark car. It gives you either the white, silvery white ones. Let's see if we can still see. Yeah, here we can go for the ones for the grill. You can see you can get a black one, or they give you a chromy silverish one. I use the white silverish ones, the ones I use. That's the holes here. We probably use our own license plate. Well, I am not going to use these stripes. That's about the only other thing on here that's not going to be used. Alright, so we talked about the interior, we talked about the chassis, so now it's time to talk about the body. Get this in here, we'll get the hood dropped on for looking good. This is kind of a Frankenstein paint job. It kind of went in a different direction from when I started. I started with a gold base on this one, and I was going to put the root beer over the gold, but the root beer is a little too opaque, so the gold was lost, and I was kind of not feeling the color. It was just like too brown. It can be too brown, I guess. So I took the white lightning pearl, which is white pearl in a clear, and I dusted that over the root beer, so it's kind of like a reverse effect of what I was going for. And it was really nice because if you get it in the light right, it basically turns to silver from the brown. So it's basically turned it into a color shift, which I'm really liking. Got our bare metal foil on the whole thing. We got our decals that are put on. There's our arrowhead on the hood. We got our ETO badge on the side. We got the other one back here on the rear quarter, and the one on the hood. And then for the Pontiac in there, we did the bare metal foil under the paint deal, where you go back and you just clean the paint off the top of the bare metal foil, and you get your badge that way, because that one is the only one in the kit that's not a decal. So yeah, we got that. So that's basically ready for clear coat. But it's been wet, rainy, and very humid here all week, so I haven't been able to do that because the humidity is too high here. When I do my clears, it doesn't turn out well. So we were waiting for the sun to pop and the humidity to drop a little bit, the rain to be over to get our clear on this one, and then we'll be ready to start the assembly on it. Sorry about that. I saw a piece of foil that it pulled up. Okay, so that's end of part one. We're going to double dip this video, so it'll be a little bit longer, but I say right now, with the way my life is going, I have to pick and choose and kind of take what I can get as far as time to share with you guys. My first Dazed and Confused build for the group build. You know, we are doing Pickford's 70 GTO Judge, which is it actually is a clone. The car before the movie was green, and some of the scenes, if you catch it when they open the door, the door jams and whatnot are still green in the movie. And they did do two of them. One was a quote hero car, and the other one was the action car. Because they basically needed, even though there's not anything like real stunts in that car, what turned out to be the hero car was a 4-speed, and none of the actors knew how to drive a 4-speed. Welcome to Gen Z. Anyway, And there was actually a third one, 70 GTO in there, which was a black with a vinyl top, or dark green. I cannot tell. I've tried to watch the movie a dozen times, and I still can't quite know for sure if that was black or a dark green. And there also was a 68 GTO, which was black, and they all had vinyl tops for some reason. Every one of the GTOs in the movie had a vinyl top. So anyway, as I said, we're starting off with Pickford's GTO Judge, the 70. We have our body started here. Let me get the hood is falling through because I took the support bracket out. Oh, there we go. We got because we're making it a Judge. That means all of the badging, the GTO badging has to come off because the Judge badging goes over it, goes in that spot. And like I said, it was a vinyl top, so we've got our vinyl top trim chrome. We used 40 thousandths half round from Evergreen to make the trim, and we cut down some tape to do the heat seams, the iron seams on the top. So we've got that. We've got the rest of the body basically ready to go to primer. I'm going to go over once more with a sand over it one more time to make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then get a coat of primer on it. And it will be getting this TS 56 Brilliant Orange. That's going to be the color I'm going to use. It's not exactly the same as the Pontiac color, but it's going to be close enough for government work. For me anyway. We're going to do that on there, and then we'll paint the vinyl top with a black gray to get that going. As far as engine wise, I have not decided. I may break out one of the Nova kits and steal the engine out of the Nova kit to put in there, because the AMT and MPC, especially on their Pontiacs, the engine that they used just seems too small. It's like it's a 130 and a 125 car. I mean, Pontiacs were big. I grant you that. But the engine bay was pretty well stuffed full of engine, and the kit engine is like a little tiny. It's about half the size of this one. Basically, it's way smaller than that, which is wrong. So we're gonna source another engine for that. If not, if I can't find one suitable in my stash, but if that Nova one doesn't look like it's going to work out well, I'll order another 3D printed one. Not a big deal. I do actually have one of Matthew's Pontiac 3D printed engines, but it's more of a modern engine. It's like a late 80s, 90s style engine, so we may look at that one. If not, then we'll say we'll order something else in for it. But this one is kind of moving along slowly. We said the 66, as soon as the weather cooperates and I can get it clear on that, then we'll be able to move forward on that one. I'll start messing with the interior bucket, so I'll have that ready to go, ready to drop into the body once the body is ready to go. And then we'll be able to put that one on the shelf and move on to the 60, move back into the 70 GTO, and then we work on the 68 as well, because I want to get this GTO series done. So basically I've got to still do the 68 and the 69, and then we're basically good, because the 71 and 72s were almost identical. Very minor details. Basically the only real detail difference was the shape of the grid in the taillights. One had like a diamond pattern, and the other one was a honeycomb pattern in the reflectors. Other than that, the 71 and 72 were identical. So I've got basically a 71 done. I've got another one here. We will do another one as a 72 down the road, but that one, oh sorry, you guys can't see it. We will do this one up as official 72 one. I've done one as a 71 down the road, but that's a fill-in because the 71 72s were virtually identical. Anyway, I am waffling. If you want to get one of my shop cards, just email me your address and I will send it to you. no matter where you are. And speaking of which, no matter where you are in the world when you watch this video, be it morning, evening, or night, thank you for coming, and we will see you next time. Bye.